Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on comparing temperatures. In real life, we need to be aware that there is a wide range of temperatures when it comes to the weather and to objects in real life. Now, as far as the weather is concerned, when you look at this particular picture, you can tell that there is extreme cold here because there's a lot of snow around. And if it's a little bit windy, it's even colder still. This picture here is not as cold, but it's still a cold winter's day. There's no snow around, but it is raining, and this person has warm clothing. This is a cool day. It gives you an idea that it's cool because of the clouds. Even though it's sunny, it can still be a cool day. Here we have a warm and sunny day. And here we can see that very, very hot weather here. It's probably some sort of drought happening. Haven't had rain for a long time. The sky is fairly clear. You can see by the ground that it's very, very hot. With respect to objects, one of the hottest things you can get on the planet is metal that's been turned to liquid. You can imagine how much heat is required to turn metal into liquid. A campfire is very, very hot. Not as hot as liquid metal, but it's still quite hot, and it keeps us warm on cold evenings, for example. Here's a jug of boiling water. You can see that by the steam. It's probably just boiled. And the next in line we have a cup of hot coffee. Again, a different type of heat than that. It's probably not as hot as the boiling water. Toasted sandwiches are warm, not as hot as the cup of coffee. And we have tap water, which is basically at room temperature. That's not too hot at all. Then we have iced water. You can see the icy there. That's pretty cold water there. Then we have ice cream. That's reasonably cold. We've got ice, which is very cold. Okay, so with those pictures, we've moved from very hot objects to very cold objects. Here is an interesting little picture which we saw something similar in the last video. It's a weather indicator, and it sort of gives us an idea about the temperature and how very careful we must be when it comes to lighting fires. Obviously anything around this area here, we really should not be lighting fires because of the dangers involved, because the temperatures are just too high. Just a little exercise here. We're going to place a tick under the colder picture. So we've got a cup of coffee here, and we've got a drink with some ice in it. So which picture is colder, this one or this one? I think it's quite clear that that one's colder. Place a tick under the hotter picture. Hotter. The reason I use hotter is there are only two pictures. That's why I use the word hotter, not hottest. Well, here's a stove. That represents the top of a stove, you know, where you might put a saucepan on there or something like that, or a frying pan. And this is just water from a shower. Now, I think you would agree that this is the more dangerous. That's certainly a lot hotter, isn't it? You wouldn't want to put your hand on that. To finish off, in our modern day world, there are plenty of mobile phones available. And we have, on our mobile phones, we have what we call weather apps. Apps is short for applications. They are little programs which gives us a clue each day what the weather is going to be like. So when we have our mobile phone, we basically don't have to worry about going to the newspapers or listening to the radio or looking at the television, because our mobile phones tell us exactly what's going on. So this video has just given us some brief insights into different temperatures and how to compare them, and we've looked at different objects and different types of weather which have different temperatures.